Welcome back, ladies and gentlemen, to our second half. Truman Kosinski going to get his first time at play-by-play while I log the scoreboard back on. Truman, good luck, man.
Thank you.
Inbounded by the Dragons. Sadie Mullen on it to Emma Michoud. Michoud crosses up. Batted away by Lewiston. Number 11 on Lewiston here. Overthrown. Back to 11, up to 1. Piper Crodu. Crodu runs past Medor and gets the foul. That'll be 2 shots for Lewiston here. First shot will be a miss for Lewiston. It's my first chance at play-by-play, so I'm not familiar with all the players yet. Second one won't fall. Mullen with the rebound. That'll be a foul, number 1, Piper Crodu. Dragons ball. Refs with some confusion about the call again. Emma Michoud on the rebound here. I'm the inbound, sorry. Mullen beats one. Picks up her dribble on the corner, up to Emma Michoud. Swings it one more. Finds the corner. Back up top. Back to Michoud.
And now here's Mullen. We'll have it swatted by Emma Medor. Yeah, Truman, for the longtime fans of Brunswick High Sports Network, you know how many problems that we've had with our great streaming service, SportCam, over the years. And we had been on a suspiciously long streak of nothing going wrong. So we finally had the stream end at halftime and have to rejoin. So hopefully we got 2 people back in here. I think one of them is just me, so we'll repeat that sentiment later on. Here along 2 will fall in for Lomachkova.
Lewiston number 11, Ella Bowden. Oh! An aggressive foul there from Lewiston. An elbow to the face. Nearly looked intentional.
You know, Truman, of all the things that have gone wrong with SportCam, just having a game divided to first half and second half is really not that bad.
It's not the worst thing that could happen, Robbie. At least we have the game back up and going.
One time, it just didn't work for a day, and I had to delete the entire replay of girls' basketball game against Marshwood.
Gosh, that's way worse than what's happening now. Let's just...
3 by Cantrell will go out of bounds. Here's Croto to inbound to Bowden. Bowden all the way across, swatted out of bounds by Mullen. Lofted up, caught by Medor. And driving in, should be a charge there on Croto, and it will be.
That will be a charge. That's great to draw a charge there because that layup has worked for them multiple times. You gotta wonder why Lewiston isn't giving it to Medor more right now.
If I were them, I would give it to Medor on every single offensive possession. Good to see we have a few people joining back in now. Just had the stream end at halftime, that's all, folks. You know, we didn't do it intentionally. We don't know how that happens, but it'll just, you know, can't control what SportCam's gonna do.
It's unfortunate, but I'm glad we're back up.
It has a mind of its own. We think that there might be a SportCam worker who just sometimes goes in and just messes with our stream just for fun.
It's probable, you know.
Mullen will dribble inside, put up the long 2, flying straight up in the air and swatted. Nice job by Lemichkova. Emma Medor obviously has the huge height advantage, but Medor, because she has the height, hasn't really tried to jump at all for the ball today. So Lemichkova did jump, get up there, and swat that ball away. That's a good effort.
I mean, Robert, do you need to jump when you have a foot of height on her? Like,
I would still jump a little just for fun. Here's Bowen, cuts back. Will loft it up, caught by, guess who, Medor. Will leave it off on the give and go for Bowen over the rim. Medor to Bowen. She'll cut back, find Jackson. Jackson already has a 3 this afternoon. Bowen makes Mullen jump, puts up the 3 and swishes it in. 4-point lead for the Blue Devils. Here's Mishu into the front court, finds an open Mullen. Mullen for 3, won't go. And rebound by Almeida. That's Almeida. Puerto Rico will take Almeida out of the game. And here's Lemichkova to inbound, finds Jackson. Guarded, once again, freshman on freshman with Mishu. And that one stolen by Lemichkova. Baroque, now to Mishu. Into the front court. Finds an open Lemichkova for 3, splash! The Dragons cut it to a 1-point game.
Dragons are able to find more success at the middle of this third quarter.
Here's Jackson, has Medor waiting for it. Outside for 3 is Tardif Mockler. Here's Jackson, she'll put up her own 3 and swish it home. Her second 3 of the afternoon. It's a 4-point lead for Lewiston.
Robert, this game has just become a shooting fest now. It seems like a 3 points going up every play.
In the first quarter, I think we had 1 total 3 between the 2 teams, and we just saw 3 back to back.
4 total shots, too. I mean, 3s are flying everywhere, but 2 shots here for Sadie Mullen.
Mullen will here's Jackson into the front court. We'll take it under the rim, and the ball gets stuck. I wonder which player will go to get it unstuck. Oh, it was Emma Medor. That is the first time I've seen that happen in any game that I've called, Truman.
With how easy it was for her to get that ball out, you wonder if she might be able to throw a dunk in there.
Oh, you might see that soon. Here's Jackson, will hit the free throw. Extends the lead to 3. Good to have a score clock back on our live stream, of course. Eben White arriving to run it. And, of course, sponsored by Singer Domingo Portside Real Estate.
Shout out Singer Domingo and Portside Real Estate.
That is, of course, with Brandon Ware on the camera and Robert Bowen and Truman Kosinski on the microphone. John Paul Polton is present. Any words?
Hello.
John Paul Polton, of course, scored a beautiful goal in February in the Brunswick boys hockey playoff game against Kennebunk. Three minutes left here in the third quarter. Roque will inbound from the baseline. Lewiston will fall back on defense. No press from them at this point. Mishu open his Mullen for 3. Bang! 1 point game.
I like the bang call.
Hey, thanks. That's my second career.
What's the commentator who does that?
That would be Mike Breen.
Mike Breen. You kind of sound like him.
Thanks. Bowden caught by Medor. Misses. And Roque Ethan Patterson, a great Mike Breen impersonator himself, has had a couple bangs in his career. That is my second. Last one was with Brendan Shaw against Morse in the boys basketball away game. Maybe I should bring the bangs to hockey games.
I 100% support it.
Not a single creature was stirring during that free throw.
Grace Rose seems to keep getting to the line.
Feels like I'm commentating golf right now, Truman. And she's got it. That'll put her one over par, or under par, I guess. If she's leading the game, you would pick the positive one. Here's Jackson, throws it straight up in the air, and misses the basket.
She will get the foul there. Kind of unlucky there for the Dragons because she was looking for it when she was going in. But it will be 2 shots.
Hold on Lomichkova. No shots.
The refs seem to be very unclear within each other, and the Lewiston fans are not having it.
Jackson all the way. Nice pass to Bowden. Bowden will loft up to guess who? Medor. Medor will dribble, put up the long 2, and clank it off the rim and out. Here's Mishu. We'll find an open Mullen. Will Mullen try another 3? No. Mullen has Cantrell. Lomichkova. Mullen has 3 threes. Is that correct?
I think that is correct. 3 threes.
Mishu. Mullen can't handle that pass, and Jackson gets the steal. Back the other way for Lewiston. Puts it up, hits the bottom of the backboard.
Again, Lewiston fans are not having these calls. But number 23, is it? Seems to keep getting to the line here.
That'll be Jackson.
Jackson, that's right.
Sania Jackson. Off the back rim and out. Wonder if the gym is too quiet. It messes with the free throw shooter's head. You always wonder about the student section getting in the shooter's head, but maybe just a completely silent arena.
Robert, today I think I would call us the student section.
Here's Mishu, has an open Lomichkova. Cantrell will travel.
Unfortunate to just be giving the ball away as the Dragons here, especially in these dying moments of the third quarter of the tied game.
Here's Bowden. Will be foul from behind by Mishu. A push on 20 and white Emma Mishu. Shots.
Not and one, like thought by the Lewiston fans.
Bowden scores. Lead regained by Lewiston. Misses her second. Dragons keep it to a 1-point ball game. Here's Mullen. Will lob it up top by Cantrell. Cantrell for 3 right in front of Medor. And rebound will be gathered by Puerto Rico. If you are just joining us, once again, we had the stream just end randomly during the halftime intermission. So we just started a new stream for the second half. And that's what you're watching right now.
I'm glad we're back up and running now.
Mishu finds Lomichkova. Now back to Mishu. As Mullen, who has a couple of threes this quarter. Open is Mishu. Back to Mullen. Finds Shipley for long 2, and she squishes it home. Dragons regain the lead. Shooting over Emma Medor is a tall task, literally. But Shipley buries it.
Great use of words there, Robert. Dragons have become more aggressive on defense and are pressing full court, which is leading to some turnovers for Lewiston. You're going to wonder what coach is going to do about this after the quarter.
Lewiston gets the lead back. Tardif Mockler. Mullen to Roke to Mishu. Mishu will serve. Get the pick by Roke. She'll fall. Here's Shipley to Mullen. Back to Shipley. Will she try another three? Bang! A 2-point lead for the Dragons. Cheyenne Shipley shooting over Mador once again. Mador outside. Open is Bowden. She'll pump fake. Step back. Dump off to Mador. Jackson takes the three after the whistle. Won't go. Back-to-back bangs there. That one sounded even more like Mike Breen or less, or where'd you rate that?
I think it's about the same as the other one. I think you're already there, though.
Okay.
I don't know if I'd worry about more or less. I think you just got to perfect it, you know? Like, okay. I would even call you Mike Breen at this point.
Okay. Good to know. Mishu to Lomachkova has an open Mitrovic in the corner. Shipley guarded by Mador. And inside Lomachkova as time expires. Won't go. And the Dragons will lead for the first time in a quarter break.
The Blue Devils' zone defense there seems to be tiring out the Dragons. Lewiston sitting in that zone defense does tire them out way slower than the Dragons. But it comes with some consequences from the Dragons shooting core.
Of course, we thank you for joining us here on Brunswick Sports Network on the second to last day of 2025. I believe we will have one last stream of the year. Tomorrow, the boys basketball team travels to Lewiston. I do believe we shall be covering that. Don't know about the lineup yet, but I would expect me to be there. Maybe Kaz, maybe Ethan, maybe Truman. Maybe we'll have to bring Eben along now. He's doing a great job on the scoreboard. Beware likely will be there on the camera, but we just don't know, guys. We don't know. But I can guarantee that we'll let you know on the Instagram story of BWIC Sportsnet on Instagram. Outside here, Shipley. Shipley will find, gets the ball to Mullen for three, and she has her fourth on the afternoon. The Dragons have their largest lead of the day. Mador will spin and score off the glass. It's been a little while since she'd done that. Truman, I believe since I mentioned that Mador should play the remainder of the game, I don't think she has come out.
I agree. Maybe the coach can hear us because I don't think she has come out, and it really has benefited them on defense too.
Shipley keeps it in Dennis Rodman style, and Roke will not be able to score. I wouldn't be surprised if the coach can hear us because the gym is kind of quiet. We can hear what he's saying, I know that.
We definitely can. Roke and Mador seem to have a little bit of a rivalry in this court right now, fighting for rebounds.
Jackson lofts it up. Caught by Mador. She'll spin off the glass and can't get it to fall. Nice move by Mishu, and she'll put up the two and score right over Mador.
Great bucket there from Emma Mishu.
Here's Bowden. Finds Croto. Croto puts it up. It will bounce around the rim. Mador with the rebound, and she puts it home. 3-point game now. Mishu. She'll cut back. Find Lomachkova up ahead. Lomachkova will give it back to Mishu. Lomachkova for three. Won't go. Rebound, though, by Mullen.
It's a good board there by Mullen. Dragons seem to be becoming a little bit more dominant in this game, establishing himself a little bit of a lead.
Mullen trying to make this a 2-possession basketball game. And she does.
Mullen will hit both, and it's another 5-point lead for Brunswick. Here's Bowden. Will take it into the front court. Gives it off to Jackson. Jackson on Mullen. Diving pass and a whistle.
Another foul there from the Dragons. Lewiston seems to be much more aggressive in their charges to the basket. Would you agree with that, Robert?
I would agree with that. Croto to inbound. Will find an open Bowden for 3. And air ball collected by Roke. Lomichkova has an open Mullen and travel. Tried to pump and dribble, but missed the dribbling part.
Unlucky there and very unfortunate to turn it over.
Up 5 at the moment. This is a timeout for Lewiston.
Yes, timeout for the Lewiston Devils here. You have to wonder, where does the name Blue Devils come from?
Wow, I don't know. I assume whoever founded the great town of Lewiston, Maine, probably attended Duke University and just named it after John Lewiston himself.
Or they were a quite satanic person. It's hard to tell.
Yeah. Either one. Either one has merit.
30-second timeout, I think. Not 60, yes, 30-second.
Lewiston has led almost this entire game. And then just a volley of great shooting by the Dragons in the late third and early fourth quarter has given them a 5-point advantage. Yes. You have to imagine the recipe will be the same as it's been the entire game. Loft it inside to Medor. And that's exactly what happens. Medor will put it up and miss. And that's all it's been. You know Medor's going to get those shots from the paint, but if she's not making them, then Lewiston can't do anything. And she has not been making them in the second half.
Yeah, it's unfortunate for the Blue Devils. I mean, if those shots don't fall, they lose the game.
Mullen pressed by Jackson. Mullen will put it up in the air and stolen by Medor. Here's Bowden. We'll find Jackson. Jackson steps back now and drives. Outside caught by Bowden. Bowden will loft it up for guess who? Medor. Medor off the glass and she scores. 3-point ball game. Up ahead wide open is Cantrell. Cantrell 2-on-1. It was swatted by Medor. Mullen tried to keep it in bounds. I believe it would have been Dragon ball if she had not.
Maybe it would have.
Here's Medor caught inside, and I can't take any credit for predicting. Like, pretty much anyone could have predicted that's what Lewiston would be trying to do. They'll take a timeout try to take a timeout to avoid the 5-second violation, but
Farrell
could
was
not.
calling a timeout, but the refs couldn't hear him.
Which is interesting. It's about as quiet as a gym will get. So if the refs can't hear him right now, then I don't know.
So go to the line for 2. That's unfortunate luck there from the Dragons to not get a timeout.
Overall, been a great game of basketball here, Truman. Tardif Mockler looking to tie the game. And she does.
Dragons are still in this. They do need to get their shooting back, and they need to make some adjustments on defense to stop Medor.
Medor gets the rebound off the miss.
and scores. Wow. What did I say, Robert? You got to stop her.
Yeah, really the whole Dragon game plan against Medore in the second half has been hope that she misses, and she did miss for a while, but now she's scoring. I believe she has the last 6 points not counting that free throw for the Blue Devils. 6 of the last 7 points for Lewiston.
Farrell is very unhappy with the refs here after he seems to be trying to call timeouts, and maybe they aren't listening to him. Farrell just seems very upset. I wonder if Lewiston will step out of their zone here to stop the shooting of the Brunswick Dragons.
That's not a bad idea for Lewiston. They really have been letting Brunswick shoot, and that hasn't really worked out for them. Brunswick's hit a lot of threes. But at the same time, if the Dragons are really just relying on hitting threes to come back in this game, that's just not a great recipe for success. You can't rely on that. But for Lewiston to stay in the zone would be the same thing as what I just said about with Medore, just hoping that they miss from three. Not a great strategy either. You kind of want to control your own destiny. Yeah, I would probably expect them to switch out of the zone.
You'll notice Medore sits the deepest in the zone to stop any attacking to the rim, which leaves the Dragons hucking up shots, which can be inconsistent.
Mullen for three, too far. Rebound will be kept in bounds by Lomachkova. Here's Shipley. Shipley, Mishu, Mullen will not put up the three. Mullen to Shipley, inside caught Roke. Roke surrounded, will step, and Medore gets the rebounds. Blue Devils on a 7-0 run at the moment.
It's the size advantage inside that's stopping the Dragons from getting any layups inside.
A beautiful shot by Sania Jackson, and now it's a 5-point game. 10-0 run for Lewiston. Mullen will spin outside Shipley, finds Roke. Roke with Medore in front of her, tries to underarm it, won't go. Lomachkova outside, caught by Mishu. Mishu to Mullen, and a foul.
Reach in there. It'll just be an inbound for the Dragons. Number 23 is Jackson, correct?
That is correct. She's been great from three.
Jackson does appear to be a threat to the Brunswick Dragons with her three-point shooting.
Shipley finds Mullen. Mullen has been good from three as well, but that one will hit the side of the backboard. Lomachkova, top of the key, will step back, find Mishu. Mishu has Mullen open in the corner. She'll try another three. Flanks around, won't go. Roke puts it in.
It's an and one there for Grace Roke. She'll get 2 points and a shot. That's big time for the Dragons.
Possibility for a 3-point play. But they've cut it back to a one-possession ball game. Either way. Roke's been good from the line thus far. And they'll spin in. 3-point play. Dragons trail by 2 with 2 minutes and 45 seconds left, which of course you know, thanks to our scoreboard sponsored by Singer Domingo Portside Real Estate and operated by Eben White. Tardif Mockler, guarded by Mishu. Will leave it off to Croto. Croto drives into the paint off the back rim and out.
That will be another 2 shots for Lewiston. This consistency of driving with power to the rim is just getting them to the line every time.
Croto will dribble. Swish in the first. Back to a 3-point ball game. Shipley looking to check back in for Brunswick. Croto again. She makes both. 2 shots and did not hit the rim a single time.
That's very unfortunate for the Dragons. One of those missed would mean a 3-point game.
But now back to 2 possessions. Mullen from the baseline.
They're sitting Medora at the bottom to stop any penetration.
Will have to be all from the outside if the Dragons want to come back, which I assume they do. I'd probably assume so. Mullen for 3. She's got it once again. Her 5th of the afternoon. It's a 1-point game.
That's big time hitting that shot right there. 1-point game, 2 minutes left.
Bowen outside, caught by Tardif Mockler. Here's Proto. She drives with space, puts it up, and scores. Back to 3 points.
Almost fear from the Dragons there to step and stop that. Not what you want to see.
Did not see anyone slide. Here's Lomachkova. Now back to Mishu. Gets the pick by Roque. Mishu outside. Lomachkova has Mullen. Will she try again? Too far. And that's what I was talking about, Truman. Just if your whole offense is whether or not you can hit the threes, it's just not a great recipe. Mador will extend the lead to 5.
It's inconsistent if you're just shooting threes every play. But seems like they don't really have a choice with their lack of size.
Mishu. Here to Shipley. Has Mishu again. Will drive outside. Mullen has Mishu open. Will put up her own 3 and spins out. 60 seconds left. It's a 5-point game.
Is that a technical maybe? That was an aggressive foul there.
I'll get our BHSN replay here on my MacBook. Still waiting for the stream to catch up. Here's the 3 that wouldn't go. And then
it will be a technical foul.
Yeah, that's probably the right call there.
It does seem like the right call.
I did not see that in real time somehow, but Lomachkova shoving Tardif Mockler.
There'll be 2 shots and Lewiston ball.
It's devastating for Brunswick. Tardif Mockler hits the second one. It's a 6-point game. And the Dragons will need back-to-back Sadie Mullen 3s if they want to come back here.
Albert, it seems like this game has slipped very quickly.
Yeah, just a moment ago, it was a 1-point game.
6 points with Lewiston ball.
The door is wide open in the front court.
They are in bonus right now, so Lewiston will shoot every time Brunswick fouls.
That makes a lot more sense about what in the bonus means. Thank you so much, Truman.
Of course, I'm 8 years of basketball under the belt.
Never quite understood that. Yeah, that makes sense every single time, even if it's not shooting foul. It's a yeah.
Usually in the last minute or 2 of the game, teams get into bonus.
Wow, that's such an easy explanation. Wow, that's amazing. Here is Tardif Mockler. Won't go. Medor, though, gets the rebound. Nearly deja vu, but Medor cannot hit it. Lewiston gets possession back, however.
What was the call there, Robert?
Timeout.
Timeout from Brunswick.
Have 2 people making their BHSN debuts today. Eben White on the scoreboard and Truman Kosinski. Oh, wow, up to 14 viewers. We were at like 4 for almost the entire game. Glad everyone's tuning in here for the 4th quarter.
Great to see. Unfortunately, this game is slipping out of the Dragons' control here. 7 points in 50 seconds is difficult, but it is doable.
Yeah, we had our stream end at halftime just out of the blue, so I had to start a new one for the second half, but I guess that's good. You can divide in terms of film watching.
Yeah. First half, second half.
But now with a 7-point deficit and Lewiston ball not looking good for the Brunswick Dragons, who are currently 3-3. Mullen will foul.
Again, they're in bonus, so it'll be another 2 shots. And Lewiston has been very consistent from the line.
Here's Croto. Misses left. Lewiston releases Jackson and Bowden into the backcourt, playing conservatively here. Croto will miss both, and now here is Lacey Dinsmore on the court for the first time. Shipley will give off to Mishu. You can hear the Lewiston head coach saying just no threes, but Shipley will take one anyway and miss. Rebound by Croto. Now with just 30 seconds left, Croto into the front court, puts it up, and scores.
Again, Robert, it's the aggressive drives from Lewiston where it's either a foul or a bucket, and it's really difficult for Brunswick to maintain and control.
It's a shame here, Truman. This is the largest Lewiston lead of the afternoon, and this has been such a close back-and-forth game, but the final score may not reflect that. But here's Dinsmore rejected by Medor.
Yeah, it's disappointing. The final score will not reflect the actual game because this whole game was within 2 or 3 points, but it's really slipping from the Dragons here.
Here's an open Mullen trying to get yet another three. Won't take it. Shipley here. Mishu will put up a three and planks out, and that'll do it. A very competitive game of basketball will end with a 9-point win for the Blue Devils. They advance to 3-3 on the season, and the Dragons fall to 3-4. Thank you all for joining us here on Brunswick High Sports Network. We'll be back here tomorrow for that boys basketball game at Lewiston. I believe that is a 1 o'clock game. We had Brandon Ware on the camera, Robert Bowen, and debut for Truman Kosinski on the microphone, and Eben White on our scoreboard, sponsored by Singer Domingo Portside Real Estate. Thank you all for joining us here on BHSN. We'll see you tomorrow. Lewiston wins 57-48.